from scratching cuts.
What's going on, man? It's your boy Red, aka Dolo, man. You already know, man. You tuned in to another episode of Ramble Wit Rell, man. Make sure you hit that LinkTree in the description for all my socials, all my links to my sources, you know, my YouTube channels, my Instagrams, Twitter, my merch page, everything, man. Make sure you hit that LinkTree, man, in the description down below. Thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. I appreciate every last single one of y'all who've been rocking with my content. First and foremost, I hope y'all having a good day. Hopefully y'all having a blessed day. Hopefully y'all having a good night or a blessed night. Or whenever you listen to this, man, listen, just make sure you get your popcorn ready. Make sure you get your drink, you know what I mean? Your water, your blunts, whatever soothes your mind. You know what I mean? And I don't even know if I said that correctly, but it is what it is. This Ramble Wit Rell, God damn it. The first topic on the docket is Black History Month, right? So I noticed something, right? I noticed that in the month of February, I didn't see a lot of Black History posts on Instagram. I didn't really see anything about Black History Month. You know what I mean? Now, when you go to these other cultures, right? Like the Latin culture and stuff like that, they be having like the Puerto Rican Day Parade, and they be going hard every year in, year out. And they get one day. We got a whole month, and I don't see no parades. I don't see, no marches or, no bands playing live or anything like that. I don't be seeing nothing on Black History Month. When I go on Instagram and stuff like that, I don't be seeing no posts. When I'm outside, I don't see nothing. Like what is going on? Is it because we feel like we're over Black History Month, or I don't know. I don't have the answers, but this is like one of the first times that I didn't hear anything. I didn't hear anybody talk about Black History Month like that. It just came and went. I remember when I was growing up, it was a real thing. It was a real thing. Black History Month was a real thing. I mean, when I was in school, you had to, either read about, your favorite Black hero. You had to write about them, probably do an essay, probably draw. You know what I'm saying? Probably watch movies. Y'all remember when they used to roll out the movie?
I ate noodles with no packet, cereal with the canned milk, the powder milk, no milk, waffles, no syrup, jelly, no jelly, nothing, oatmeal, no sugar.
Not the movie. They used to roll out the TV on a cart. You know what I mean, and bring it to the classroom. I remember we used to watch the Martin Luther King movie, the cartoon. They had stuff like that, man. And like I said, it's just this year. It probably was last year too. I didn't pay attention to it, but this year I paid attention to it, and I didn't see anything remotely close to something that was posted, said, mentioned. No parades. You know what I mean? No, it's nothing. Nothing at all. Like I said, you got the Puerto Rican Day Parade. You got the, when people have Mardi Gras, they go out there and people be having 1 or 2 days and they be going hard with it. But for Black History Month, is nothing. It's nothing. Hopefully, we get it together. We do a better job and everything like that. I would love to see more people talk about Black History Month, or I would like to see more action when it comes to Black History Month. Let's get to the next topic, man. Is Floyd Mayweather broke? Now, one thing for sure, 2 things I know for certain is that when you don't have the amount of income coming in and you have a lot of expenses going out, then that is a red flag right there. When Floyd Mayweather used to box, his purse used to be like 150 million per boxing match. It's not that no more. You know what I mean? I don't know what Floyd got going on. There's been rumors that he's been held in Dubai for some time. There's been rumors that, he claimed that he brought, buildings in New York, and that, allegedly he claimed that he brought buildings in New York, and allegedly That is not true. That is not true. So I don't know what's going on. He got an upcoming fight with Mike Tyson, who, I don't honestly I don't want to see that. I'm going to watch it for real, but I mean, it don't really mean nothing at this point. And then he got another up and coming fight with Manny Pacquiao, a round 2 with Manny Pacquiao, and it's like, bro, a lot of people are questioning is Floyd broke? Rick Ross said it a long time ago in one of his verses. He said that Mayweather money look funny in the light. That Mayweather money look funny in the light. And like I said, bro, it's when you got an expensive taste and you so used to, buying this and buying that and, paying for this and paying for that. And you got all of these people on your payroll, you know, that was when you were bringing in the amount of income you were bringing in. Now you don't have the amount of income you're bringing in, and you still got those same expensive, the money is going to burn a hole in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? And listen, Floyd, right now, a lot of people saying he broke. Put it like this: we shouldn't be talking. You know what I mean? The average, tax-paying citizens out here, we can't be talking because we don't have the type of money that Floyd got. Even on his broke day, he got way more money than us. Having 100 million to 150 million to Floyd is broke. To us, that's a lot. Now, there's been reports that he don't even have 100 million in liquid. He may have that in assets. 150 million in assets, but he don't have that in liquid. And another report that came out is the fact that he is suing Showtime. And I'm paraphrasing everything, but he is suing Showtime for approximately probably, up north of 300 million. 300 million. So, like I said, y'all go do your own research on that and everything. But Floyd is definitely, I guess he came out of retirement. He got a boxing match with Mike Tyson, Manny Pacquiao, and on top of that, he got a whole nother match, an exhibition match. That sounds like somebody that's desperate for some bread. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That sounds like somebody that's desperate for some bread. Serious bread. Speaking of bread, right? Speaking of bread, I want to transition this into a financial literacy topic, right? I want to transition this into credit, right? And the value of credit. Now, when I was in my 20s, early 20s, right? I was messing up a bag for real. I didn't really care about credit. I cared about the money that I was able to spend, but I didn't care about credit. So what I did was I started buying cars after cars after cars, or not buying, let me rephrase that. I started financing cars after cars after cars. I was getting this car repo just to get that car, buying clothes, and things like that, and it took me until I was 32 years old to understand the importance of credit. Credit is very, very, very important. And to everybody that's young right now, all my youngsters, please, please, please make sure that you listen. You have sources out here to teach you about to teach you about financial literacy. You got YouTube. You got videos. You got videos to teach you about financial literacy. When I was 20 and stuff like that, I didn't care. But now I care because I'm at the age right now where I want to buy a house. When I want my APR, when I'm financing a car, I want my APR to be at least a 6%. I don't want my APR to be 28%. I want my credit score to at least be up north of 670, up north. I don't want no, and listen, this is not my credit score, but I'm just saying though, I don't want no 400, 500 credit score. And that's what happens when you are ignorant to credit, the value of credit. That's what happened, A lot of people don't realize that credit is a lot. And on top of that, you got to start saving your money because we don't know where this world is about to be in the next 5 years. I'm going to be honest. It's a lot of stuff going on. We We're bombing people. We don't know if we're about to go to World War III. Pardon me. We don't know if we're about to go back to war or not. The economy is rising. Everything is expensive. I don't care. Listen, I'm at the age right now, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I'm at the age right now where I don't care about materialistic things because I got it all. And once I got it all, I'm like, wow, that's it. You know what I mean? I had all the cars, got all the clothes, got all the sneakers. I got a lot of stuff. And after I buy it, I'll be like, oh, okay, cool. It don't really excite me no more. You know what I mean? What excites me is having things in my name, things that I own. You know, working for things that that I want. That excite me. Getting an LLC. I don't say you have to be business savvy, but start putting things in your name. Start owning stuff. And listen, I know not everybody is an owner. I get that. Not everybody wants to be an owner. But you could listen. Let's start getting into the mindset of doing things on our own. Pardon me. You know what I mean? Let's not depend on another source to handle our stuff. Let's start doing things on our own. You know what I mean? And that right there is a part of, financial literacy and getting your things right. And like I said, bro, I'm 34. And the people that's out there struggling, listen, it's never too late. Take care of one thing at a time. You know what I mean? It took me a whole year, and I'm still going, but it took me a whole year just to start getting things right. Took me a whole year. And I'm still getting things right. But I want to be good by the time I'm 40. And I still be young. You know what I mean? So if you don't take anything from me, just take this advice, man. Start straightening up your credit. Start getting things right. Stop recklessly spending your money. You know what I mean? That stuff is always going to be there. And by the time you get that, there's going to be something better that you want. And you're going to put that to the side because you're going to want that better thing. You know what I mean? So just relax. You know what I mean? Save your bread. Or manage your money better. How about that? Manage your money better. 50 Cent versus T.I., right? And listen, I rock with both. I ain't gonna lie to you. I rock with both. I rock with 50 Cent. Alright? I rock with T.I. But I ain't gonna lie. I ain't know T.I. sons could rap like that. Especially that boy Damani. I ain't know he got it like that. You know what I'm saying? Now 50, you know what I mean? Everybody consider 50 a bully. Everybody consider 50 a bully for real. You know what I'm saying? That's what people consider 50 a bully. And he rightfully so. He's definitely an internet bully for sure. But I feel like T.I. handled it the best way possible. You know what I mean? And the fact that I don't like that, 50 Cent actually involved somebody that wasn't involved in it. And that was Tiny. Tiny had nothing to do with what you and T.I. had. And being the fact that you involved her, you goddamn right them kids gonna come after you because that's their mom. So the gloves is off. The gloves is off. Anything could go down now. Anything could be said or talked about. The gloves is off. Fire responses from T.I. and his kids, man. I like that, bro. You know what I mean? 50 Cent ended up coming out and saying that he's going to make a documentary about T.I. and what happened, with the whole SA situation. Y'all know what SA is. You know what I mean? T.I. clapped back and said, all right, I'm going to make a documentary about you, bro. You know what I mean? I just don't want it to go outside of rap. You know what I mean? Let it just be rap beef for real. And what I mean rap beef is like, yo, just get on, go on wax. Y'all take y'all shots. However y'all take y'all shots. I just feel like 50 Cent got to understand that, hey, you can't dictate how somebody respond. And his kids responded in the most disrespectful way by putting his 50 Cent moms on the shirt. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you can't dictate how somebody respond, I just want the raps. I'm going to be honest. I really just want the raps. That's all I want. I really just want the raps. That's all your boy want. That is all. That is all.
We're not wrapping up none of camp, cuz. Straight helmet, cuz. Straight helmet.
No wrapping up, cuz.
No wrapping up.
You know what I mean? On to the next topic. Man, if you don't know, now you know. Retails are going out of business right now. A lot of stores are closing down. A lot of stores are closing down. You know what? Come to think about it, a movie theater had, pardon me. You know what? A movie theater had closed down. I Pick movie theater in Fort Lee, New Jersey has closed down, filed for bankruptcy. That was the only I Pick in New Jersey. The rest of them are in New York, but it closed down. That was one of the best movie theaters in Jersey. Now, following that, a lot of AMC movie theaters are closing down because nobody's going to the movies no more. I'm telling you, COVID had affected everything. Nobody is going to the movies no more, But a lot of brick and mortar stores are closing down. Barney's, Saks Fifth, you know what I mean? A lot of these places are going bankrupt because of online shopping. Online shopping is a thing now, Like back in the day when we used to go to the mall, that thing was packed. The mall used to be packed. It's not like that no more. You find more stuff online than you find in a retail store. Because all they're going to do is tell you,
we don't have that today, but we can order it for you.
That's all they're going to say. So you might as well go online anyway. Because that's all they're going to say. Being outside socializing, I feel like that is done. You know what I mean? I feel like that is done. Low key, I feel like music is kind of cooked right now. I feel like music is cooked. I ain't even gonna hold you, Pop. I feel like music is cooked right now, bro. A lot of retail stores is cooked. A lot of restaurants have gotten, a lot of restaurants closed down. I feel like a lot of human aspects are done. We're now entering a new world, and it's like the days of the past is over. We are now in like an AI universe. We are entering an AI universe. Bro. The days of us socializing, being social, or learning how to have a conversation and physically doing things on our own, it's over. We about to enter a new world, bro. We about to enter a whole new world. You know what I mean? I mean, there were TV shows and cartoons that, that talked about this stuff, but to actually see it happening, it's wild. That's why you got to start preparing, man. The dollar ain't about to be a dollar no more. Everything about to be digital currency, and you got to start preparing. You know what I mean? Or at least prepare your children if you ain't ready. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And that's all the show I got for you today, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, I will be back with another episode later on this week, man. You know what I mean? This is your boy, Rell, a.k.a. Dolo. Thank y'all for tuning in to Ramble Wit Rell. You already know, man. Gang, 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 gang.